If you are not entrepreneurially aligned, how do you put entrepreneurial insights into your children? How many of you right now think that an entrepreneurial kid is much better than an employee mindset-driven kid? Like, go get a job. See, everybody raises their hand. I never saw anybody not raise their hand. No, I want my kid to have a job. I don't, no, none, not that I've seen. When I talk to individuals, I say, why can't you start a business? They're like, no, I don't have the money. I don't think this is going to be scary. I have lost money in the past. I don't know where to go, whom to, and we are looking for help. I think that majority of the times, every time I've seen any entrepreneurial kid who has made it, it always started with the parents, not the kids. Rarely that has happened. There is data to prove now that, mediocre parents create mediocre children. It's very scary to think about that for a second. Mediocre parents create mediocre children. Actually, let me rephrase that. It says middle class produces middle class. That's the right word. Okay? Only 3 to 4% below the line of middle class magically have children who are in the superior class. I don't know how they classify all this. There's data, by the way, I'm speaking from that. So in other words, occasionally when you see somebody who comes from absolute adversity and suddenly makes it to the very top, you get to look at them, you see inspired, oh my God, how did it make that level of impact? What did they do? Very rarely you see those people. Most of the times, it's always rich making rich. Big entrepreneurs making big entrepreneurs, right? But then if you have to figure out how to make it work, and you are in your 40s and 50s and 60s, when will you start putting these values into your children? There's a question you have to ask. I ask that question all the time. How do I make my children entrepreneurial? It's hard. I'll tell you a secret I learned, and maybe this will help you, okay? Maybe this will help you. There was a gentleman by name Isidor Rabi. Have anybody heard that name? Isaac Rabi. He's a nuclear physicist who went on to win a Nobel Prize. When he was interviewed, they asked him this question. They said, what is the secret for your success that you won a Nobel Prize? He said, my mother, my single mom or something. Really? What was the secret then? What did she do? Nothing. She was not as well educated either. But she did something to me that other parents do not do. He said, every time she used to drop me to school, she used to tell me, make sure you ask a good question today. At the end of the day, when she used to pick, she used to say, did you ask a good question today? Usually the answer is no. That's the best parenting tip I ever received. I wish I would have gotten it before I had my first kid. I started applying that technique with my second kid. Every time I drop him, I say, make sure you ask a good question. I don't care about your grades. Mom, you worry about the grades. Dad, I'm worried about the conversation. Okay? Did you get an A? My wife drives all those things with the kid. I'm not worried about that. My son is enthusiastically giving me feedback. I kept on asking, did you ask a good question today? No. It went on for 2 years. Then I gave up. I never asked anymore. Suddenly, one day he said, Dad, I asked a good question today, Daddy. Okay? I said, really? What is the good question you asked? He says, if App Store downloads apps, what downloaded App Store? Good question. Legitimate question, if you think about it, right? Then at that point, I realized this. He started to think.